What up, motherfuckers? And we got my homeboy Cody over here from the fucking Smokehouse podcast. You know what it is.
How's it
we
going?
wanted to drop in, chop it up real quick before he dipped back down to Florida. We figured we'd rap for a little bit. We ain't done one of these in a little hot minute. So I think Struggle was the last one, huh? Yeah. Pretty sure Struggle was the last cat. Yeah, we're going over topics to talk about, right? I like the mental health aspect. I've always liked the mental health aspect. I think a lot of people got to focus on it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Most definitely.
No, but I think like your financial status and your mental health coincide, right? And I say it like this because a lot of us are consumers, so we like to consume and eat.
Yeah.
You got the person who is creating the product, selling it. That's the rich guy. He's usually the happiest, right?
Yeah.
Most people. I believe that money will make you happy.
Oh yeah, me too.
Right? I fully believe that. I believe that money will make you sad. Money will make you upset as well. But so will consumption of items, right? Consuming things fuck with your mental health just the same. So I think that as we grew up, we were in the drug era. So a lot of our parents were using, a lot of our friends and uncles and people that we looked up to guide our lives were already using drugs and using different things. And just, from stimulants,
Yeah.
It was a way of life to wake up and drink a cup of coffee and smoke a cigarette. So nowadays, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but the coffee, I'm waking up, and I want a nice joint and a nice coffee just to get my mood stable, right?
Just enough to walk out the door.
Yeah, just enough to walk out the door, because it seems like no matter, we have to have a stimulant, we have to have something going on in our lives for us to be stimulated. We always have to have something, your phone. You'll look at it 25 times throughout the day and just keep checking that shit. You know what I'm saying? We'll just sit and watch it, for no fucking reason. We're just like, oh, let's see if somebody commented. Let's see if somebody liked or posted. And then you'll just check to see who else is on their phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I catch myself going to YouTube sometimes to look something up.
Yeah.
And then I'll start watching the shorts and not even look up what I'm looking up.
Yep.
And then I'll be like, I came here to look up something. And then I'll exit out of YouTube and go do something else and still not look up that video.
Still not go with you in. I do that shit all the time. I get a lot of people hit my phone up, talking about different stuff. So I'll go on and be like, oh shit, I gotta hit that person up because I had this going on.
Yeah.
I'll have a project over here, and then my mind runs over here, runs back over here, and then I don't get nothing accomplished.
Yeah.
I'll notice, I'm like, fuck, it's already 5:30, everything closed at 5. I was supposed to do X, Y, and Z today.
Yeah. Supposed to make all these phone calls. And that ties in with the mental health too, because a lot of people don't realize that those habits form around stress. And I tell people that, I'm not a professional at all, but I have been to therapy. I was in therapy for the past 2 years. Recently just got out of it. I feel like the journey that I've taken has been enough. And I also feel like this move is going to be the cherry on top. Because I'm moving to Florida. It's going to be sunny all the time. The beach is 40 minutes away. So if I need an escape, I don't have to sit in the middle of the city, in the middle of nowhere.
Well, see, that's where mental health comes into play, okay?
Yeah.
Because to me, moving to Florida, I'm looking at, humidity, the fucking sand flies, the little fuckers that bite you all day long. I don't want to deal with the people. I love rain and all. I don't like hot rain. There's so many aspects that I'm like, my sunny days are right here. You know what I'm saying? East Tennessee, Bristol, Abingdon, Virginia. So that's where my sunny days are at. But that's the mental health aspect.
Yeah.
So if you think that the stressors are around you, you have to figure out, you have to identify your stressors, right? Stressors could be anything.
I think it's the fact that, and that ties into the stressors too. I think it's where I was born and raised here. I've been here for 31 years of my life and really only left this area once, and it was for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I went to Verona, Virginia for 6 months to
Still
go to my
Virginia.
GED. Exactly. So I've not really left the area, and I've went nowhere. 31 years and I'm still nowhere. And there's an opportunity now to step up and really help my family and grow in a bigger way. My mom's down there, and she's alone. Yeah. She has her boyfriend, but that's it. That's all she has.
Yeah, you gotta have some family.
She doesn't have her siblings my siblings anymore, because they don't talk to us. They don't talk to her. They don't talk to me. They don't talk to me because I chose to stay with my mom and respect her and her wishes.
Yeah.
She chose to move to Florida and get away because of her mental health. Same reason. She'd been here for 50 years, never left, ever. She was actually born in Florida and lived there for about 6-7 years of her life, and then moved up here to where, and then started her life up here. So
I think people, places, things are definite. are a definite play on who you are. Boy, it's more than it is just mental health as it is just focusing on who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Because I believe that you could change your mindset and change who you are.
I agree.
At any time, at any point.
I agree.
So what I was telling you earlier about the gas stations, right? So the gas stations, when I went through and I cut gas stations out of my life, like a solid year and a half, it was great.
Yeah.
Because I was going in there and I was buying all this bullshit, snacks and drinks and stuff that aren't good for you anyways.
Yeah.
But I was buying these just to supplement myself throughout the day, right? And I'm spending $40 a day. I'm making someone else rich while I'm digging myself a hole. So my paycheck, even if I'm making $1,000 a week, that's a killer fucking job. You're looking at $4,000 for the month.
Yeah.
But if you're spending $1,200 of that at the gas station,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's a percentage. That's more than 25% of your fucking money you're giving away for nothing.
That's true.
And then I started thinking I could build my credit doing this. But the other thing is this, was breaking habits would change your mental health fully.
Yeah.
So when you stop putting certain chemicals in your body, right? And as a kid, our minds were developing 16, 17. That's the immediate time that we all start using stupid shit.
Yeah.
That's the immediate time where we're like, oh, let's fucking check these drugs out. Let's constantly smoke cigarettes. Let's constantly smoke vapes. Let's constantly, well, we didn't have vapes at the time, but like the new age kids,
We had the
16,
Marlboro
17,
Red
they're all
100s.
fucking vaping. Yeah, we had the Marlboro Reds, but, and Camel Wides and shit, and the no filters. But we're smoking on those and drinking, and we're thinking, fuck yeah, because we want to be
16,
adults.
17, we thought we were cool.
But we think that, but why do we think that drinking and smoking and inebriating our minds is being mature?
Yeah.
Isn't that the quite opposite? Like, I feel like once you've made it in life, you can have a nightcap, a gentleman's drink. You know, if we're sitting here having a conversation, we can have a gentleman's drink. Getting inebriated and putting all these crazy ass shit into our body just fucks us up even worse.
Yeah.
And then after we fucking ride that roller coaster, we're like, oh, my mental health is in play.
Yeah.
No, dude, you just packed yourself with all these different intoxicants and fucked your head all the way up
I agree.
to where, yes, of course, it
balanced.
is your mental health.
Yeah. It's your
It is fucking with you, but it's nothing that you were born with. There are people, and there are many cases, and I'm not knocking that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my general group of individuals,
Yeah.
right? The reason why we're fucked up is because at 18, your dad said it was cool to smoke meth. You know what I'm saying? But this is true.
Yeah.
Do you know how many parents do dope with their kids? Do you know how many parents do dope with them?
I say
Like,
a
for
good-
real?
A good percentage.
A good fucking percentage, because a habit and an addict, or let me take this back, an addict will come up with any reason for an excuse, right? I could think of a million ways. When I quit drinking, right, I got a new lawnmower, right? I got a new lawnmower, and it was sunny out, and I was off today. I got off early. I'm like, dude, that's a fucking perfect day to drink. Why would I not be drinking right now as an American, right? I was like, fuck, dude, I just came up with another excuse on why I could drink, even though I quit. So I stopped drinking because I was tired of the way my body feels in the morning. I'm tired of fucking, you know, and then drinking 3 or 4 nights a week or something of that nature, and sometimes more. You
My
know?
excuse was it helps me sleep.
Yeah, no, you can find your excuse, right? It helps me sleep. Well, I guarantee that if you worked harder throughout the day,
Yeah.
you'd sleep like a baby.
Because I
You know what
was
I'm saying?
lazy as fuck as a kid, man. I was, and I try really hard to stay active now, and that's why I got off the drugs.
But
at a
you
very
staying
early
active
age.
boosts your mental health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Go
agree.
talk to a skateboarder. Go talk to somebody that skates professionally.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's mind is on point. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, or they're fucking nuts. One of the two.
I
But
know you skated too. I mean,
that's why it's my metaphor. I love
especially
I
growing
love
up in
skateboarding.
Cali.
Hell yeah, I love skateboarding.
Yeah.
But with skateboarding, is something that you want to do. It's something that you are. Nobody's gonna be there to be like, oh hey, you've been 6 months in, you haven't landed a double yet. You suck. Just quit. No, you've been skating for 4 years and just learn how to kickflip. And people are like, hell yeah, bro, you skate? Good stuff. And like, to you, no matter where you're at in life,
Yeah.
it's your own accomplishments that build your self-esteem. It's your own life that's going to build you up. So if you just start having that perception of yourself, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to compare myself to anybody else. I'm not going to, like when Jelly was telling me that, I asked him, who do you listen to? He said, I don't listen to nobody because it's going to have an impact on my life. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
So I want to be free-flowing with my own thoughts, my own ideas, Now, I would like, and I respect other individuals' art, but I don't make that mine. So I don't need to. Alcohol is one of those drinks that you look weird saying no to as an adult. So somebody offers you a beer,
and you're like, why don't you drink?
They're like, oh, did you have a problem with alcohol? Like, did you?
Yeah.
You must be an addict, or it has to be an issue.
And some people just don't even. They've never drank.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a religious thing to them. You know?
And that's totally awesome.
I know certain like Orthodox Jews, they've never drank their whole life.
But listen to the way that we look at them, at people when they have never done anything, and you look at them, you're like, oh wow, that's odd. Why? Yeah. Like. No, that should be a fucking good thing. Yeah. You should be looking at yourself like, damn, why am I constantly having to do all this shit?
What happened in my life that,
I
didn't get
now, I like to drink and smoke. That's my jam. So, in my first thought is, on a Friday night, if I want to sit and be like, damn, we had a crazy-ass work week, let me just let my mind relax. Mm-hmm. Cool, I'm crashing out.
Pop down some wine.
But that shouldn't be a whole thing to where I'm doing that every single day. I'll do it throughout the day.
On a Monday at 5 o'clock.
Monday, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Shop and just closed down at 8.
And I'm not even thinking of anything else besides, let me get to that.
Yeah.
But you know, for any addict, they're not thinking of any other thing but that feeling.
That's true.
Right? I just want to go back to that feeling. I don't want to excel in life. I don't want to do anything besides go back to the feeling of relaxation.
It's true.
We have to be uncomfortable. We have to be uncomfortable. Oh, we want to be comfortable. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Right? The more comfortable you are, the better your mental health is.
Yeah.
Right? So the more intoxicants that we pump into our body, we sit here and say, now my mental health is cool. Yeah. Now I can deal with the asshole driver. Now I can deal with my boss. Now I can deal with let me just elevate myself. That's one reason why I like cannabis, because it takes away a lot of those imperfections. And I know that I'm probably chemically inducing your body. Yeah. Well, we don't fucking know what it is. You know, we go by the sciences of it, but in the same token, we're so limited on the research that we can actually have.
Yeah.
That if they legalized it, fuck, we still have alcohol is legal, cocaine's legal in fucking Canada. You know, if we legalized it.
Did you hear where Colorado is about to? I've been reading up on a lot of like cannabis laws and a lot of other drug laws and stuff around the country. Colorado is already on a step to legalize over 90% of the drugs that are on the schedule list, because they've already did psilocybin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like shrooms are legal over there, ketamine's legal. Like it's getting to a point to where they're about to decriminalize everything, and it's because
once they find a way to tax and regulate everything, then they'll fully do it. Once they can get it into their properties. Well, we had a judge. I seen it on social media last week. We had a judge say to a 22-year-old girl that I would rather you take Xanaxes or opioids before you ever smoke cannabis for your anxiety.
That's crazy, man.
And I'm like, so you're telling her? I feel like that's pushing an agenda.
You'd rather push her at a
that's pushing an agenda.
Of
lifetime
addiction
of hurt.
And possibly going into another drug that's even harder than those pills.
Fentanyl gonna knock her ass out.
People say, I've heard this since I was a little kid, since I was literally like 6 or 7. You know that pot is a gateway drug, and it's not. Cannabis is not a gateway.
The reason why people, I believe, say that pot is a gateway drug is because that's the first and easiest thing that people get their hands on, and that's the first step to alleviating your mindset. Yeah. That's the first out of reality experience.
It's like, oh, you smoke pot, try this. This is what's gonna.
Well,
get you
if you've already smoked pot for a year, and you're like, damn, well, I've always loved that feeling, and people are like, well, this one's completely different. Yeah. You're gonna try it.
That's why it's important to take tolerance breaks. I believe.
Well, it's important to be educated.
Yes.
Okay. Marijuana and crystal meth are not the same.
No.
You know, they're not. Like one's gonna fuck you off. And then the other one's just going to relax you a little bit. You know, one's
they're
natural.
both going to bring you the same charges at a certain amount, but
go and eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Eat that. That's what I'm saying. Just go and eat 3 grams of meth. You're going to probably not be in the same. No. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to be pumping your stomach.
Yeah, they'll be pumping your fucking stomach. They'll be like trying to life flight your ass.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is we pump all these different intoxicants into our bodies, and then we blame it on something. We always have that.
We blame it on people too. That's the hardest part.
Well, people can be people. People suck. People fucking suck, and it's probably because of the fucking drugs that we have. I guarantee that there's a lot of people that aren't around a lot of people on drugs, and they fucking love their people. They think the people are awesome because they're not crabs in a bucket. And that's, we live in a cesspool. If you're at the bottom, you're at the bottom. That's just the way it is. So if you're at the bottom, your mental health is going to be a lot more fucked up than it is at the top. Yeah. And I'm not saying that, you look at Robin Williams, and you would imagine that was mental health, right? You say he was the happiest guy. He must have suffered from depression.
Just like Chester from Linkin Park, too. He's the same way. He was always happy, always smiling.
We don't know anything about their lives. No, but what I'm saying is we don't know shit about their lives. Robin Williams was diagnosed with a disease that took him completely out of his mental capacity and was gonna make him go crazy and be a completely different person than he was in reality. So with that, before it happened, he took his own life because he didn't want to put his family through that.
Yeah, no.
It had nothing to do with depression.
He's actually my favorite actor, believe it or not.
Yeah?
Yeah, I grew up watching everything that he's ever done. My mom is actually a big fan of him, too.
Yeah.
And we grew up watching all of his movies, anything that he was on. His is funny, poppy, like comedy behind him. This is perfect. Like anything.
I used to watch his stand-up.
It was awesome. Yeah. I love his stand-up. I used to get into a lot of stand-up, a lot of older names, like the. I'm not really good with names, like George Carlin. What's his last name?
I know you're talking about.
The older guy.
Yeah, he was real
hype. Yeah, he did. But he was awesome, man.
He was the one that said, if you ever want to see the scum of the earth, go to your local prison and change.
Yeah, I
believe that was him.
But
I fuck with it.
But yeah, I heard about the disease that he had. I remember him talking about, or his daughter talking about how he came to her first.
Yeah.
And told her. And then they sat down and cried and laughed and everything. And then not even 3 months later, he took his life. Yeah. And it just...
Well, you don't know what the next person's going through, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And if they truly feel like that there's time to go, we could try to do what we can. But, being diagnosed with a disease that's going to put you into a person you don't ever want to be, or you never thought that you would be, I think is truly detrimental. Yeah. But I couldn't speak on it because I don't know. And I don't know. A lot of people you see, it's tunnel vision. You got tunnel vision. Mm-hmm. So I always get mad at the person who's in the lane next to me. Why aren't you speeding up? Why aren't you getting over? And he's thinking to myself, why don't you slow down? Why are you trying to get over? Mm-hmm. But in reality, he's not even thinking of me. Yeah. He's over here wondering about dinner with his wife that night or something.
Listening to his music.
You know what I'm saying? Not even paying attention. But I'm over here working myself up over somebody that don't even notice me.
And then you get next to him and they're just sitting there driving forward looking straight.
Yeah. You're ready to like wave a gun and everything. You motherfucker. And he's just like, what the fuck am I doing? What is this asshole doing? And now you just got a war going on.
But talking about the you were saying earlier too about how money doesn't bring happiness, but it does. And yes. I agree with that. Because
money fully brings happiness.
Even I've had money and it brought me a lot of happiness, and that's why I'm moving to Florida, is to get the money to get the happiness. But yesterday, I had hardly any money, and I was one of the happiest moments I've had. I got approved for the U-Haul, and I didn't even think I was going to be able to drive it. But I drove it perfectly fine. It's comfortable. Yeah. It drives really well. And I noticed that where I'm the biggest vehicle on the road, I thought I was going to have a trouble with cars. They kind of stay away from me. They stay far back. They respect it. Yeah. And I guess it's the same nature. I do the same thing. If I'm behind a big truck or a big car, I kind of stay farther back because I know it's harder for them to brake. Yep. So if I'm right up on their ass and they go to brake really hard, if they brake and they can't brake hard, and then I'm not braking on time, I'm not going to notice in time if I'm too close, because if I'm close enough, I can't see their lights unless I look like this. If I'm not looking like that and I'm too close, I'm going to slam into the back of them. Yep. So I do the same thing. I keep an extra car length than what you're supposed to.
It's just driving.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta know how to drive.
Most people don't know that though, and it's sad.
Most people don't pay attention to other people that are out on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Most people started young too and weren't trained properly how to drive. That was my problem.
Well, no, I think that it's through experience more than it's training, because we could tell you about training. When you go to learn how to drive a car, you're learning about other vehicles. Yeah. You're learning about what the fuck these other cars are doing.
That was my problem. is I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, I need to know what
I
I'm
always
doing.
focus on
And that
everybody
was-
else.
yeah.
I focus on everybody else when I'm out there in the road. It's just like if you're out in the streets, you need to be focused on what the fuck other
I've
people
sat
got
in the
going
middle of
on.
the lane before until there's no cars coming at all, just because I felt uncomfortable going, even when I knew I had it.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, you don't know what other people's intentions are coming the other way. Because I had a car crash about a year and a half ago. I was actually delivering at Domino's.
Yeah.
I was a manager there, but I was delivering pizza that night for them because we were, you know,
Short-staffed,
understaffed, and you know, it was rough. We had like 30-something pizzas that need to be delivered, and here I am. You know, I could drive, whatever.
Yep.
So I went out immediately as soon as I pulled out. It was right there on State Street. If you're facing State Street going downtown, I took a right going towards Johnson City and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I went to go turn on Anderson, and as soon as I did, I hit that red light. And right up over, there's like a little tiny dip. And if you're not paying attention, that car can come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it did. The van came out of nowhere and hit me head on. And now, I don't care how long I have to sit there, man. I'll sit there and wait until the light turns green or until it, you know, I have 5 cars behind me.
I'm way
beating the
too
horn.
aggressive for all that shit.
I just-
am running motherfuckers up. I'm
Yeah.
like, wah, wah. all over the damn place.
Before I used to be that way, but once I hit that wreck, it
Yeah.
shot me hard. And that's another thing too about how you were talking about the chemicals being pumped into your brain and stuff like that. I recently just talked to my doctor about taking me off of medication completely. I've been on I don't know the actual name for it, but the name that they use is called Paxil and hydroxyzine, and I took both of those together for like the past 6 months. And
But you're taking shit you don't even know the name of it.
exactly,
That's
and
not fucking cool.
yeah, no. So I can't even pronounce the name of it. That's why
That's
I
what
call
I'm
it
saying.
Paxil.
Why the fuck
So-
would you put that in your body?
But it did help for a while, but then I got used to it. And I was like, I feel like I'm about to ask you to put me on something else, and I don't want to do that. So I took myself off of it, and for the past month and a half now, I've been strictly, I've taken my tolerance with it. I've not smoked every single day. I've been smoking, like, I call it a Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and I smoke. This past week I've been smoking every day because of the move. I've been cleaning every day. At night I get stressed out, and my arms start hurting, my legs start hurting and stuff.
And there's nothing wrong with smoking
exactly.
cannabis. I promise
But
you.
not at all. But I do like to take my tolerance break because I don't want to get into the habit of
Needing it.
needing
Yeah.
it every day.
Yeah, it'll come to the point where you need that cannabis.
and then I run out, and then I can't afford it, and then
Yeah.
I'm doing like I have been, and I'm like, hey, can I get
Yeah.
this or that, or can I
Yeah.
do that? And I don't like being that person, but I have been that person before. But it just, and that's why I mentioned earlier, it's important to take tolerance breaks, because if you smoke too much, you're going to be investing, like you said, your money
Yep.
into someone else's business
Yep.
and taking out of your pocket.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be spending hundreds of dollars to get that high that you need to get by. Because say it takes 2 grams and a blunt to get you high, you know?
Yeah.
That's only, 14 blunts right there.
Yeah.
So you're fucked. You're hit. So you're either smoking 14, like if you're not smoking a blunt a day, and you're
blunt
you're
a day.
taking.
But
you're
most people
taking
smoke
a
an
blunt.
ounce a day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That are actually smoking.
Yeah.
No, it's the same as what, like we were talking about, like the gentleman's drink. Like I think that you should have yourself. You should be busy enough throughout your day that you shouldn't need stimulants.
Yeah.
You shouldn't need. Now as you get older, you need your back pain and things of that nature. But I understand that. But I don't think that you should let anything control your life. If it's controlling you, there goes your fucking mental.
Exactly.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
I agree with that. And when I got shot back in 2019, I used it for pain a lot, and nothing else would work. And a lot of people said that too. They were like, "We just don't believe that." And I was like, "Well, I've taken. When I went to the hospital, they pumped me up on Lortab, and then gave me Dilaudid.
Yeah.
And that didn't touch it. I was still feeling the pain all the way up my ass with a hole in my foot. And then I get home and spark up a joint, and it was just the smallest little joint that I've rolled up that I could possibly get the energy to roll up, and smoked it, and I felt great.
Yeah.
My leg relaxed, the pain went away. I still had the pain, obviously, of course, because there was a fucking hole in my foot, of course, but it just, it took away more pain than anything else did.
Yeah.
And they even tried to give me muscle relaxers, and that didn't work. And
yeah, I'm fully on all natural shit, man.
Me too.
Natural shit.
I go as far as natural now to the hair products that I put in my hair.
Yeah.
I don't even put chemical-based shampoos in my hair.
Oh, dude, I don't fuck with fast food. I don't do none of that stuff.
I need to get off of that. I'm still on
That's bad for you.
It is.
Dude,
I agree. I do.
Horrible.
I still live the we call it the broke boy life, I guess you could say.
The
fast
broke boy
food.
life is cooking every night.
Well,
you save so much money cooking.
I do agree with that. My mom was telling me about
that the other day.
And
And if you ain't working, then why aren't you cooking? Right? If you got that time.
I cook
well, that's
every
what I'm
night.
saying.
We cook for the kids.
You can spend $100
because we try to save.
You can spend $120 at the grocery store, right? You'd have to do some cheap shit, but you got 4 or 5 nights of cooking and having some snacks throughout the day.
Yeah. We mainly cook for the kids, mostly.
Yeah.
I cook. We eat too, but we rationalize our food that we cook because we try to spread it out for the kids.
Yeah.
4 kids in the household.
Yeah.
2 older ones, 2 younger ones. They eat a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh yeah.
So it's easier for us to go out and grab a $2, sandwich or even $1 McDouble versus cooking up our food, because it takes a lot for me to actually get full. But I'm a fat ass. I need to lose weight a little bit, so I need to work on that. You know what I mean? So that's why here recently, for the past month and a half, where we've been on this struggle that we've been on, I've cut back a lot on my indulging, I guess you could say. Yeah. Because whenever I had the money, that's my biggest thing.
You could go and spend $6 and make 7 hamburgers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's way cheaper than McDonald's.
Yeah.
Any of these dollar burgers, they're definitely not going to fill you up, and you can make a way better one, way healthier.
There for a while, I did really good, and I think it's because I worked for fast food. But when I was
no, it's not even about that. It's about initiative and just doing it, because 90% of the time when you get to the house, you're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm here. I just want to sit down for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And opposed to take another 35, 40 minutes to cook a bunch of stuff.
My biggest problem is we like to order pizza too a lot.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I just get, man. I don't know, and it goes to the making excuses thing,
Yeah.
I need to step out of that, and I've been working on it really hard, and that's what I like about being myself, is because I'm open enough to talk about these things. I don't care.
We all gotta be better people.
Yeah, I don't care that people know that I struggle. You know, that's why I'm moving to Florida. You know, and I made a post about it the other day, that if anybody has a problem with it, tough shit. I'm doing this for my family.
I don't think people have a problem with it.
No, I know a few people, and I'm not gonna name drop because I don't like talking shit about nobody. But there are a few people who have problems with it, and it's mainly on
it's life.
Some.
Go do you. Go be a better person.
But we don't care, and I'm doing this for 4 people, well 5 people, because Cheyenne, of course, but me and Cheyenne are doing it together. So we like to consider ourselves one.
Yeah.
So when I say I'm doing it for me, I'm doing it for her too.
Yeah.
But we're doing it for 4 people.
Yeah.
And that's those kids.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's all we do.
That's all I care about.
That's all we do.
Yeah. And if it's not for the kids, it's not for anything. Mm-hmm. So, because I'm not gonna go spend my last dollar on somebody if I'm not spending it on my children. I will help anybody that I can to the point.
Focus on yourself first, Bubba. You got it.
I do.
But you gotta focus on yourself first.
It's when I grew up, my mom worked, and I might get a little emotional on this one. So my mom worked 3 jobs and raised 3 kids, mean ass fucking kids. Had one person to help her whole life until that woman passed away, and that was the woman that I knew as my aunt. And that's why I help everybody that I can, even if I struggle, because I watch my mom do it,
Yeah.
And it's just, she's a good person. And that's why I've struggled so hard, is because I've helped people to the point to where I can't help them no more.
Yeah.
And it eats me alive,
No, fuck that. You gotta start shocking these folks.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah, dude. And they're gonna run you to the ground. They're gonna take till you ain't got shit. I promise you. And then they're gonna look at you like, why the fuck ain't you feeding me?
Why are you crying on the podcast?
Yeah, fuck all
and
that.
I'm like, where were you when I was on the podcast? Because I called you 2 nights ago and said, hey, be ready. And, it could have happened. You never know.
Yeah.
But even still, it's just, that's what makes me so emotional about it, because I get to the point where I'm like, all right, man, it's time to get it. Let's go get it.
Nobody's going to get it harder than you.
Exactly.
So when you're focus on you, because that's the only thing that could really matter. Yeah, you want to be gracious and help everybody that you can, but don't ever give somebody your fucking food if they ain't going to give the same.
I feel that.
Never give anybody anything that will not return it.
That's why I made a post the other day with you, Travis, and a few other people.
Mm-hmm.
I've known Travis for 3 months.
Yeah.
And he's helped me more than family has in past years.
Strangers are always going to support you more than family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And he knows nothing about me.
Yeah.
I know nothing about him. I
Well,
mean, I know a few
because
things.
you don't have no expectations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to. The more you know people, the more they are. So, I came to this realization a while back. I stopped really helping a lot of individuals that I was around. Because, just like yourself, that a lot of people don't help you when you need help. They just are around when they need it. But
they like that you're strong and
what I like
mentally capable of helping them, and then whenever it comes time to actually help you, you're
well, this is the way I look at it nowadays. So if you want to get it, come get it with me.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm already doing it. You know what I'm saying? I was already on my way to my goals before 90% of the people ever showed up. So when I'm on my way to these goals, I'm going to get my goals, right? And what I do when I feel like helping somebody, I go and help out a stranger. I go and help out somebody I don't know. I go and help out some schools. I'll go and help the library. I'll go around and help out individuals that I probably shouldn't. But here's the thing. I don't know that I shouldn't. I'll go and bless somebody. And, I've probably blessed people that have taken the money that I've given them and went and snorted it. I don't know, but I don't care, right? I went and I helped out individuals because that was my own selfish gratification on what I wanted to do, right? That's where it got me good. So I'm going and helping these people. But if I help out somebody that I know, they call me right fucking back. And they're like, hey, bro, I need that shit again. Hey, man, can you do that again? And then now I got expectations. Oh, well, you're able to do that. So now they're looking at my life because I just blessed them. I just fed them something. So now they're going to stare at me until I'm fucking feeding them again. Like your dog, you know what I'm saying? If your dog knows that you got beef jerky and you just popped it, and every single time you pop that beef jerky, you gave him a piece, he gonna come at you with them big old eyes wanting another piece. Because he knows you, right? But if that dog, you told him gone every time, he's gonna stop asking you for shit. He's just gonna let you eat your beef jerky. Pretty soon, he ain't even paying attention that you got jerky no more. Because it don't matter, he ain't getting none, right? But the second you give him some, boom. And I'm not saying not to, because that's an evil way of thinking. I'm not saying not to. But what I'm saying is, if you go in with expectations, you help somebody because they're in need. The next time that they're in need, they're going to remember that you're the one that helped. And so they're going to call you first. And then it becomes an expectation. Well, why aren't you? I have, and this feels bad for me to say, I got a lot of penitentiary friends, right? Yeah. But they'll hit me and be like, hey, bro, I need this, I need that. And I was always, I got 50. Yeah, here you go. Here's 75. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, hey, I need $200 every Friday. I'm like, well, that ain't gonna fucking happen because I have goals that I have to accomplish, and I'm gonna live till I'm 60 or 70. I can't take care of you. You're not one of my children. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I will fuck with you when I have extra. But I can't go and take a percentage of my check and give it to you. That's not gonna happen. So if I do happen to bless you, then accept it as a blessing. Don't take it as an expectation. Be like, oh, well, he's got all this. Well, you didn't help me get any of this. Yeah. You weren't there for any of it. Mm-hmm. You didn't. The only thing you did was want. Well, I want something too. And if you can't respect my wants as much as you want me to respect your wants, then we can't. It's not mutual. We can't be friends. We can't be cool. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you got certain people that only call you for certain things, your phone will never fucking ring. The second it does, you're like, damn, what does he want? That fucking saying, when that saying comes out of your fucking mouth about somebody, that automatically that person should be cut out of your life. Because you should never have certain expectations of certain individuals, which we all do, right? But they should never have a negative connotation. It should never be like, damn, when someone calls your phone. If that person is tell them how the fuck you feel. You know what I'm saying? Speak on it, be real about it, and don't fucking pussyfoot around it. Don't go around in circles and do nothing. Listen, I was trying to do this, and you were fucking asking me for this. We don't see eye to eye on that, and that's dead on that. What are we talking about? Yeah. And that doesn't mean you have to end every relationship.
Yeah, no.
Because a lot of people, they just think that you're cool with it and you got it like that. You know what I'm saying? So they'll ask because closed mouth don't get fed. But if you're like, hey, Bubba, this isn't the type of relationship. I'm not that and this ain't that. So then if you lay it on the table and they respect it, then we respect it. Yeah. If they don't respect it, then don't even Because I've told people, hey,
Me and you've been there a few times.
Oh.
You let me know it doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
it
I
don't work
respect
like
it.
that. Yeah,
I respect it.
Yeah, fully.
Always.
I never will hold my tongue.
Yeah. And I've never been in a situation where I've needed something or even wanted something and I've been told no or I've been let down and I'm like, fuck that guy. You know, he's this or that and everything. It's just because I've been in situations where I've had it like that and I've been able to do it and then I've been told fuck you when I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I just don't.
And
It's
like,
not
damn.
that it's not that I don't have it, because like when I had it, I gave it. You know what I mean? And I did it like that.
Yeah.
It's like I just don't have it, man. And it's not that I'm saying fuck you.
Oh,
it's
they'll
that,
just be like,
it's
oh,
that
you're
now.
lying.
It's yeah.
Well, if
it's
I'm a liar, then I
and it's
don't even want to be cool with you.
And even if I am lying, you know, I'm probably lying to protect my kids' mouths.
No,
like,
it's not.
So,
It's not.
And I'm not.
That you're lying.
Yeah,
you're
and I'm not lying at
because
all.
I'm not lying at all when I say I can't give it to you.
Yeah.
I'm saying that I cannot.
It's not that
because
I
I
don't want
have
to at all.
goals and I have shit to fucking do with mine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't focus on what I got.
Yeah.
What I got going, you can jump in, be part of the
If we
team,
can focus
and
on the
get it
friendship,
yourself.
that means everything else.
Well, dude, it's so hard to even have friends anymore.
Yeah, it is.
It really is because the world is so fucked up right now, and there's so many bad elements in it, and it's so hard to be friends with people. You could like when I have friends, that's family. You know what I'm saying? That's just flat family.
Yeah.
I don't even consider.
I talk about
friends
that all the
anymore.
time about how the people at the Zerati shop are family all the time.
Yeah.
Because I don't have friends up there. They're
Yeah,
all
that's where my jam is.
like
that's
you got
where I
pops
stay.
and moms over at the glass shop. You got the
Yep.
sisters up at the front. Yeah, and it's just it's
it's just how it goes. I love it, and you get that comfortable vibe, and that's where you get your support.
Yeah.
That's where you get your mental health right. But man, it was really good, fucking good.
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
this
man,
is
we
awesome.
had to do this. It was most
Shout out
definitely-
to Kimberly Dyals for getting me emotional on the podcast here.
I like your
She's a
style.
great woman. I love her to death. That's the reason why I'm moving to Florida. Is for her.
Nice.
To help her with her mental health.
Well, man, you gonna go down there and you gonna kill it, man.
Oh, yeah.
And you gonna shine.
Come back here next year and get on the show.
Hey,
again.
I like your style.
Talk about how we
Come back.
advanced and
Yeah, progression, man. It's
might
way
be
of
able to
life.
give you some stuff.
Throw me some knowledge, my friend. All right,
But
y'all.
hey,
Enjoy it, motherfuckers.
Hey, shout out to the Smokehouse Podcast. If you're not smoking, we don't know what else you're doing. We don't want any part of it. So
Boom.
stay hydrated. This will be up on our platform as well. It will not be exclusive, so you don't have to subscribe for it or anything. It will be completely free. Shout out to the Zerati Shop and Ace for everything he did for me today. We love you guys. Thank you guys for sticking around with me as much as you guys have. There will be more content coming. Especially next month and the month following. I think in August is when Brian Milhorn is going to be in Tampa, and we're going to try to shoot an episode in Tampa at his show. There might be some names that I'm not going to drop just yet that are going to be on that show as well. So we'd like to see you all there. Thank you guys for joining us today. Stay hydrated. Stay high.
Yes, sir.